I think Bubbles is sleeping already. It's nice and quiet. Got the relaxing music. Good morning. It's 5 a.m. Mester Scrum. I hope you're doing well today. And I have had an interesting morning and before this morning. And it's 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. It is Friday, and we are doing Fortune Cookie Friday. Yay! And I just got something. So we have squatters a block down from our house, and some guys, homeless people, were kind of causing trouble in the back of the local mummers lot per se. Anyway, so I was walking by and I saw one of the neighbors to the place where it has the um, squatters in it, and just checking on him, see how he's doing. One of the squatter guys come out and he's telling me a long story. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about that story, how complaining about others, and it just made me think about it. He had a long list of complaints and things and why his life is all, and it's good. I've listened to him. I didn't nothing, just let him talk it out. Kind of pointed some things out that, hey, you said you're friends with these guys, but yet they just conned you. So how are they your friends? And I was reflecting that on the work we do and stuff where people complain about others, complain about the business, complain about how they get too much work. Well, why do you let it fester? And when you let it fester, you never get into a better state, a fun state, an enjoyable state of the work. But his whole conversation just reminded me about so many people complain about everyone else and how they don't do things. And my job as a coach is to say, well, what are you doing about it? I mean, just complaining. Are you trying to find ways to mitigate it, to get better? Are you hanging out with better people? Good morning. Hey, welcome. So I want to talk about that a little bit. This is the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. I am Greg Mester, Scrum Master and Agile Coach. Good morning. Good Master. Good morning. Um, Here we talk about Scrum and Agile in a very practical and tactical way. And just going to cite out today, we are going to do Fortune Cookie because I want to do a fun thing, but I want to talk about what blocks people from having fun. And I think it's funner creating stuff, building things, solving problems. I know when I work with teams and the teams solve a problem, a complex problem, they're much happier than they are when they just say, oh, it keeps coming, it keeps going. When they turn it around the other way and find ways to mitigate that, like don't overcommit. Let's come up with a velocity. What do we normally do? Let's change our mentality and how we tackle these problems. And when I met, first time I ever got to talk to the guy, and there's a lot of stuff going on, and he's giving me the story about how people ripped him off and people conned him and selling the D for $1. I said, well, you know the family. I said, how long? Oh, I've known them for 25 years. Then you know what kind of people they are for the past 25 years. So I always love that when I work with companies. Oh, we know that, but yet you complain about it for 25 years. Why do you let it fester? And one of the things about agile transformation in this process is the idea is that we're tired of it anymore. We don't want it anymore. It's a little tough. It's a little hard. But you know what? If you do not kind of try to stop it and fix it and change your own mentality inside, you're never going to enjoy your job. All it is going to be about complaining. And once you start going that negative path, you're not going to be happy. You're not going to enjoy it. So the challenges as agile coaches and scrum masters, and sometimes we take the brunt. And next week, I'm going to talk about some mistakes I've made and how, feedback's coming back. And I'll give you some things of what I did wrong as an agile coach. We're going to talk about them next week. Though Monday, I think we're going to talk about technical POs because I promised on Monday I would do that. But following week, talk about mistakes I've made just recently and how to better handle that as a coach. Some scenarios. Had a couple coaching sessions with someone asking scenarios. How do you do this when you make mistakes? How do you apologize? And that's the one thing about these guys is like, oh, you make mistakes. Well, you got to apologize and don't make excuses for what you did, right? Things going around, just stuff, right? And you have to up to it because until you apologize and ask for forgiveness and forgive yourself for making a mistake, but the idea is you don't keep making it. That's the one thing. Because as you keep living that cycle, everything gets sadder. You get depressed. You want to quit your job. You want to move on. your work productivity comes down because it feels like it's never end. The only time the work productivity goes up is when you stop and say, wait, let's retrospect on this. This isn't working out right. We feel stressed every time. How do we fix this? And maybe people are going to come hammering at you, right? I'm standing up to a pretty much a homeless guy just came out of jail the other day. I didn't threaten nothing. It was just calm conversation. And we just explained things. And I said, well, you just said this, but yet they conned you into being in the house. How are they your friends? Why are you hanging this? I'm reading these books like, they all say, who are your 5 friends you hang out with? Do they all complain in the office? So the 5 people you hang with, are they all complaining about the same stuff? Are those the people you should be hanging with? Because people complain. It's a negative mentality. You can't get happy when all you're sitting around the water cooler is hear everyone complain about it. I'd rather talk about the good things they've done. But I'm also, as a coach, you and I will talk to the side and we'll say, hey, how do we, this is what I'm observing. What are you observing? What do you think about it? Is this something that the team should work on? Stuff like that. So, but if you hang out with these negative people, you're going to become negative too. Therefore, you get associated with it. Your reputation goes down. You don't feel good. You feel stressed and you're like, I want to quit. Right? It's lickety split. It happens but the challenge, the more fun I see people do is when they say, hey, we're getting too much work to. What can we do to minimize? Let's go engage and have a conversation. That's the other problem I see is that people don't engage and have a conversation, a good, normal conversation, calm, cool. How do we work this out together? And that's one of the keys, which I'll talk about next week when I talk about coaching mistakes that I made. However, I'm in the process of going and making sure we're all on the same page. How do we work this out? What do we do? So what I did was nothing major. We'll talk about it. That'll be next week. So in order to have fun, it is Friday. I like to do fun. So we do the Fortune Cookie Friday because it's fun, goofy, see what it is. Had Bubbles over here. She's out cold. But, that was my morning at 6 a.m. this morning. It was a busy morning after walking the dog and the cops and this and that. It was a big day. So, again, everyone blaming everyone else, getting a name, but you have to stop the rep. You have to try to fix it. And I think when people at least try to fix it, they're much happier than they're not. So with that, let's go in the Fortune Cookie Friday, see what the Agile accountants have to say. And I see so much lately about Agile accountants, like trying to make Scrum more complicated than it needs to be. Those are the Agile accountants I try to warn everyone about. When they try to way overthink it, make it more complicated than it is. It's not that complicated. People like to shape things, have spaces, come up with all this stuff and what it is. And you do the work, you deliver, all that stuff goes away. It's when you don't deliver and overpromise that stuff piles up. So, Fortune Cookie Friday, Agile accountants. What do they have to say? Let's open the cookie. And here's the cookie. Okay, we're going to do the winning numbers because you never know. Maybe someone's going to play the lottery. And again, if you want to give me some money after you win the lottery with these numbers, it's okay. I guess I'll see one of the 87,000 IRS auditors. You got money. Okay, lucky numbers. 33, 9, 53, 35, 7, and 37. Again, lucky numbers. 33, 9, 53, 35, 7, 37. So those are the lucky numbers for the fortune cookie from those Agile accountants today. Let's see what he has to say. And again, I love the way these fit in. Just because you put tap shoes on an elephant does not mean it can dance. Oh, that's a beautiful thing. I wish I was talking about how Agile or Scrum fit in different organizations and what they do. Because listen to this. This is funny. I gotta put this up. Just because you put tap shoes on an elephant does not mean it can dance. I like this better than lipstick on a pig. I should use this. How many times say, oh, you can't like change things and make it look pretty to be whatever. It's the same thing. So just because you put tap shoes on an elephant does not mean it can dance. I don't know if these are, I don't think they're copyrighted. So this would be a great thing for all those classes that you go to instead of about the pig and the lipstick. This one's funny because it doesn't have anything to do with pork and all that kind of stuff. So actually, I want to write this one down. I think I'm going to start using it in my classes. So, I'll show you with this. The people you hang out with. So just because you put tap shoes on an elephant does not mean it can dance. Sometimes in the Agile transformation, you can put Scrum on something. You can make the box of ceremonies. So Scrum is the tap shoes. The elephant is the organization. If the organization is broken, putting Scrum on something or Kanban ain't going to fix the underlying issues, right? Just like the person says, oh, they're my friends. They ripped you off. They conned you. You can make them call them your friends, which is the tap shoes. But the elephant conned you. It ain't going to mean they dance. So just because you're friends, figure out who your friends are. Find some more positive people that like to make change. Associate with yourselves. Hang out with those positive people that want to improve things. Don't always hang out with the people. All they do is complain all day. Maybe make a new friend, someone who's trying to change things. Maybe it'll be fun. Maybe you'll get the vibes, the happy vibes from those people. So with that, that's our end for today. I love that one. I'm going to put this on Twitter and say, hey, I found the new thing for the lipstick on a pig, and that is it. No pork, no meat, nothing, no connotations to any vegans, or I know lots of vegan friends, vegetarians, whatever. It's good. It's a good one. We should use that one. So with that, I want to say y'all have a great day. Happy scrumming, and we'll see you next week. All right. Take care. Bye. And let's see. Let's put some music on the background. I don't know what banners. Let's play some music on the way out the door. See everyone. Bubbles is out cold. She's been up since 4:30 in the morning with me. Take care. Bye.